I've been doing it for almost 48 years. I know how it works. Suddenly I'm like, even this connection with spirit, it's like changed the frequency. And I'm like, all right, hold on. I've got to learn how to do this again. The only way I can learn how to do it is via experience, So this is it. I expect people to come and go from your lives as well. People go to come and go. Sorry, what you're saying. Currently, I'm separate with my fiance. She's Gemini, plus I have health issue, which is she don't know I got cancer. How can I not be strong? I'm sorry about that, John, but I'm not doing personal readings on this. So it's have a look at this suffering. Where is this suffering coming from? Really, really get into that. What is making you suffer? And you might be saying it's because your fiance is separate, but the suffering was already there. So this is about owning what we have inside of us. Okay, this is our stuff, and when we own that, it doesn't matter who comes or goes because we are owning who we are. Okay, so like I say, it's going to be a bit of a tough one, I feel, for people, but it's going to be very important, and it's going to be very instrumental in how our life will be within the next 6 months, I feel. I'm feeling in some way, all right, I was thinking, right, I'm feeling in some way this is going to be relative around about February. Why is that? That is when it's Aquarius season, right? Okay, so that is when it's Aquarius season. So whatever is happening now, okay, just note it and know that it will come to fruition round about Aquarius season. So what I would really recommend is starting to journal your feelings, journal your thoughts, journal what irritates you today, what doesn't irritate you. Really start to do that and date it so that you can look back on that in February and see why this was relevant now. Okay, so right, does that make sense? Sorry, I feel like I've given you all a telling off there on a Sunday, but this is how it is. It's like we're cutting through the bullshit now. It is what it is, and it's if you're scared of the truth, that's only because you're living a lie. Okay, this is it, and I don't mean it's an intentional lie. We are conditioned to lie. Do you like that food I've just made you? Yeah, it's lovely. Well, no, it's not. And if people were just more honest, the world would be so much better. I mean, I struggle with it. I massively struggle, and I'm struggling at the moment as well with the absurdity, with the falseness, the fakeness, all of that, and it's like it really, really is. It's always been a problem, but it's really heightened now, and it's I just can't be doing with the bullshit anymore, and there's times I think I'm not even of this world. Why am I even here? I know why I'm here, because I have a mission, but I have an ability to see truth. That is, if you look at my human design, if you look at my astrology, whatever, I see truth straight away. It doesn't matter what people are saying, doing, whatever. I see the energy. I see whether it's true. I see all of that. And that can actually get really, really exhausting. It can get very disappointing, and you kind of look at the world and you just go, like, really, why am I here? Why am I here? 2 seconds. Magic, sorry, could you keep it down a little bit, please? I'm videoing. Thank you. So, it's about like standing in your truth and just saying, this is what I am here for. This is how it's got to be, to have your environment how you want it, rather than these, these crazy irritations that are going to knock you off your vibration, because we can't be dimmed. We can't be dimmed. That's it. We're strong enough to actually still stand in our light. So that is this Aquarius moon that's coming in. I'm just gonna have a drink there because it's pretty. I can feel it. I can feel that. Like, right, okay, just let it go. So, has anybody got any questions about that? And I know a lot of people say, but I don't know what my truth is, and I don't know, whatever, or I've got these situations that are going on at home. I am opening up the applications for the chance to work with me on the 6-month period. I've been working really, really hard on this program, and I'm just so excited with it. I'm even going through stuff myself in actually writing it. It's so it's very powerful. It's very spiritually led. It's an accumulation of all of the work I've done to get to where I am. I'm holding nothing back. It's like, right, if I had have had this guide, years ago, it would have been amazing. The fact is, this is what I've learned. I've had to go around the houses to, do you know what I mean, to learn all of this, and I'm putting it together. It's like I say, we're going to go deep, but it is. I'm very, very proud of it. So if anybody is interested in working with me on that, it's a 6-month program. It's taken full commitment. But if you are interested, I would love to have you there, because it's just amazing. Even the girls that are working with me in doing the structure and that, they're like, whoa, we're having meetings and they're like, whoa, that hurt, So it's it is working. And I have other facilitators as well, so within this there is astrology, there is human design, there is RTT, there is energy work, there is people, members of my tribe that I have met through my own healing journey that have helped me as well. So it's there, it's the whole package. So if anybody is interested in that, I know some people have emailed me about it. I've got all of your names down, but if anybody else is, please email me at info@lovebuddhatarot.com. I'll put the link there, and as soon as we get the stuff sorted, I can send it out. But I'm so excited. And that's one of the reasons why I'm having to leave where I am as well, because the internet access isn't always great here. And, if I'm doing this, I need it to be right. So, Jan, we are here to experience life as a divine being, having a human experience, and hopefully leaving the planet and the world in a better place than how we found it. Exactly. And this is what I always say, Jan, as well. So when we go all this spiritual woo-woo, this love and light brigade and all of that, they're not incorporating this human experience. Yes, we are spiritual beings. Yes, we're connected to all this. Yes, it's all love and light when you get up there, but it's not when we're down here. And this is what we've got to navigate. This is our soul's evolution. And if we don't do that, then we're going to have to come back, and do it again. And I, for one, this is it. When I go, I'm gone. That's it. There is no way that I am coming back and signing up for this again. Definitely not. So, right. Okay. So has anybody got any questions on that? I'm going to find the thing to read you what I posted today, because it was just so, so beautiful. I seen it as somebody posted it. God, I've got so many people messaging me at the moment. So this is what somebody wrote today, and I love this. And it says, sometimes I just want to stop. I want to stop the talk of COVID, the looting, the brutality. I lose my way. I become convinced that this is the new normal, that this is real life. And then I met an 87-year-old who talks of living through polio, diphtheria, Vietnam protests, and yet is still enchanted with his life. He seemed surprised when I said that 2020 must be especially challenging for him. No, he said slowly, looking me straight in the eyes. I learned a long time ago to not see the world through the printed headlines. I see the world through the people that surround me. I see the world with the realization that we love big. Therefore, I just choose to write my own headlines. Husband loves wife today. Family drops everything to come to grandma's bedside. He patted my hand, and old man makes a new friend. His words collide with my worries, freeing them from the tether that I've been holding tight. They float away. I am left with a renewed spirit and a new way to write my own headlines. And this is it, I mean, with that, can you see how even just that is talking about the freedom? If we buy into this narrative, if we buy into the craziness, which I believe is a massive virus in itself, if we buy into that, that will become the world that we inhabit. So what this is asking us to do is rise above that, see the world differently, notice the beauties in every day, notice the awe and wonder that you get every day. It's always there. But if we're looking in the wrong direction, we will never see it. So I'm not saying look through rose-tinted glasses, but if you see darkness in the world, you can guarantee there will be light. In the same way, if you see light, you can guarantee there will be darkness. This is what we've got to do. This is the duality. Okay, I think it was, who was it said, look for the helpers. Always look for the helpers. Whenever there's a tragedy or whatever, like I say, this is what's happening in Afghanistan. Look for the helpers, because they will always be there. And this is what will restore your faith in humanity. Okay, not the ones that are just saying, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that, and it's just all repeating. This is actually the people who are doing, the people who are actively out there doing, and they're doing that from compassion, even if that has to say to somebody, no, you can't go there. That is a compassionate act. So like I say, this is a time to stand up. It's time for a revolution, but also a revolution of self. Okay, this is it. This is where our evolution comes. When we reevaluate who we are, they're saying to me, I like this when they go on one. When we reevaluate who we are, when we reevaluate who we have been because of the experiences that we have had. And when we look at that and see which of that is true to us now, which of that is true for our future, and where do we stand? Where do we stand? And they're saying here, the thing we need to do is stand up. That's it. Stand up. Be you. Be truly you. Because that is the greatest act of rebellion that we can do at this moment. Being kind. Everybody's wanting to argue. Everybody's wanting to argue and fight, But if you can stand and be kind, I think it's the Rudyard Kipling poem, isn't it? If you can keep your head while all around are losing theirs. And this is what we've got to do at this moment in time. Okay? But it's looking after us. We can only look after others when we are looking after us. And if this means having boundaries like a motherfucker, that's what it means. We need to learn to say no. That is one of the greatest acts of self-care, saying no. And this is what this Aquarius moon is saying. That is every single rebel or freedom fighter said no. I mean, even if you look, I think it was Che Guevara had said, that every single revolutionary is not coming from a place of wanting to fight. They're coming from a place of heart. But sometimes we have to say no. We've been taught that we say yes, 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 yes. And that makes us a yes person. No, it's not. We need to be able to open our heart enough to say no. That is not coming in here. That is not how I want things to be. Does that make sense? I'll have to watch this back. So yeah, that's I think that's all they're saying. They'll probably have some more to come in with. I drew the Ishtar boundaries card this morning to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Exactly. And this is one of the things I am massively guilty for. I don't realize how much energy and time I gave until I am depleted. And then it's like, where did that go? It's all right. Okay. That's exactly where it went. So yeah, this is learning to say no. So this moon is going to illuminate all of this. Okay. Like I say, it might not be easy. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but that's only because it's pushing us out of our comfort zone. Nothing is going to grow there. Never, So it's like I say, if you don't want the growth and you want to stay stuck, fine, that's it. That's great. But I don't believe anybody here sitting watching this today does. I feel we're all on this path. We all know that there's more. But please know that there's guidance with that as well, And like I say, if anybody is interested in working with me, please send me an email. And all of these tools are in there as well. So does anybody have any questions before I go into the signs and start to read? Nobody, no questions. Oh, that truth is hitting home. putting up my boundaries like a motherfucker at the minute, thinking of me and my child first. Enough is enough. And to be honest, it's so unlike me, but funny enough, I don't care what others think. Amazing, AJP, right? Because you're saying that's so unlike you. That's so unlike the person that you've been to get that validation and that love and the person you were told you had to be. But it is like you, because if it's coming from you, then it is you. Okay? And this is what I learned. I'm only giving you what I learned the other week. This is you, but it's a part of you that is underdeveloped. Because society or upbringing or whatever never allowed you to do that. You had to be there and be the cute little boy, girl, whatever, and do whatever it was to be liked. So it is a part of you, and this is you showing up in your truth. This is exactly what I've been talking about here. You know? So this is great. This is absolutely great. We've got it there. So well done, and thank you, AJP, for highlighting that, because that is a great example of what this is. It's like, yeah, I've got Aries moon, and if I get annoyed, I'm like, oh God, this isn't like me. I don't get annoyed. And it's like, no, this is what I'm meant to do. This is where I'm holding myself back. So I'm meant to be angry. I'm meant to be angry with people. I'm meant to have that. And it was a thing I never developed. So I'm learning with this. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Is it getting easier? Yes. So it's like I say, it's pushing this. So yeah, amazing. So no more questions. And then I'm going to go into the signs. Oh, there's one just flew out there. Right, I'm going to try and get this card, because the way I've got this set up here, anything could fall over and God knows what at this moment. Ooh. Right, okay. The card that it fell on the floor, which is for no particular sign, is here. The Four of Pentacles. What are we holding on to for safety? Look at this. He's got his feet on the coins there. He's got the coin blocking his crown chakra there, and he's got the crown, the pentacle actually blocking his chest. He can't receive anything. He can't receive anything. If the universe give him something, he has not got hands there to hold it. He hasn't got that. He's not channeling. He's sticking there. I'm safe. What I want to say to you now, the place where you feel you are safe, because you're hanging on to that place that you feel that there's safety there, that is actually where you are unsafe. If you have to hang on to something in order to be safe, that is unsafety. Okay? Because you are putting the outcome of your life and how you feel and your feelings in the hands of something else. So you don't have control over it. So that is not safe. It's like, if you're driving a car, you are the one in control of that car. If you are sitting in the back, you're not in control of that car. And if we're allowing something else to be our safety here, that is saying we are not in control. So we are not safe. Does that make sense? Yeah? So, right. Okay. So that was a good one to come out. So I'm going to start with earth signs first. Okay. Right, okay. Receiving is what I still need to experience, as I'm so used to being the giver. Right, okay. Here's another one. This is my coaching of the day that probably you're getting my full coaching session. So he was on about receiving, okay? And everybody has problems receiving. People say that we have problems receiving, right? Yet we receive every single day. We receive bad news. We receive shit off people. We receive disrespect. We receive all of that stuff. So we don't have problems with receiving. What we have a block with is receiving good stuff, because there's some part of us that thinks that we deserve that shit. We deserve that disrespect. We only ever get what we are giving ourselves. So if we are disrespecting ourselves, people will disrespect us and we will receive it, because it goes in with our narrative. It's right. Okay. This is it. This is how life is. If somebody's giving us something good, it's like, do we deserve that? Do I really? Do we accept it? Because it's, yeah, I totally deserve that. Give that to me. That's where it gets hard. Okay? So please change the language with this. We do not have problems with receiving. We receive every single day of our lives. It's in what we allow ourselves to receive, and that stems from what we are giving ourselves. I wrote a thing the other day when I was working with him. I started to write stuff down, and it literally, I was writing after each note, like boom, boom, because they were landing so much. And I realized this was me, this was me that it was coming from. So, like I say, we do receive every day, but it's what do we receive? We receive what we believe we should get. So this is where we've got to work. And this is what this moon is about. Really going inward to see, where are we the creator of our suffering? Where are we the creator of the pain? Where are we the creator of the uncomfortableness that we are feeling? Because we will only get people or experiences or environments or whatever coming to us that we are actually putting out. And that's to show us what we don't want. So, it seems very in depth and it seems deep, but it's not. It's absolutely fucking simple, really simple.